Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Blackjack. I'm back to do some more Crystalline. We're in episode number 6, I think, but I'm in bed. Do. The music kicks in nicely. Poop-a-da scoop. I'm rudely awakened by boisterous yells. As I blink my eyes open, I see the pongo planted on Zach's face. What's going on? Zach leaps off the bed, continuing his scolding on and the pongo scurries under the pillow. I think you scared him.
Get out of there!
He snatches the pillow to reveal the pongo contently blobbing over his dischargers. The pongo's eyes are slitted shut and he wears a silly grin.
Don't even think about it.
Listen. Pongo. Oh yeah, no. Here's what happened. Pongo heard that your gun go do. Well, his guns go blah 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 blah. Zach scoops up his dischargers and forcefully gives them a shake. The pongo's eyes snap open as he wobbles in the air, clinging for dear life.
Poi!
That doesn't sound like he's hanging off for dear life. That just sounds like the normal poi that he makes. Zach doesn't cease his shaking, and somehow the pongo seems to be hanging on. Oh, right, because there's crystals in them, right.
Poi!
His small body jiggles up and down until he finally bounces to the floor.
Poi!
He glares daggers at Zach, who is too busy inspecting his charges to notice. There's a sharp knock on the door. Leanna, hi, is that you? You rejected me last night. I don't appreciate that. Barely comprehending what's going on, I shuffle to the door and open it with a crack.
I heard yelling. Is everything
She cuts off mid-sentence and her eyes grow wide. I look behind me and see Zach dangling his dischargers high in the air while the pongo leaps up to reach it.
These aren't for you to absorb.
See?
Poi!
I'll
I'll just wait for you guys downstairs.
And I'll just wait for you down there, too. Wait with you down there. Before I can answer, she turns around and walks away. I can't blame her for that. I close the door and start getting dressed. A long while later, I emerge from the room with the pongo sitting on my head. Zach has his dischargers back in their holsters and shoulders his pack. We head downstairs and meet Leanna, who is waiting at one of the tables.
Is everyone ready?
Sure. Yup.
Yeah. As long as that thing doesn't come near my dischargers again.
It'll probably just nibble on my hair. Just stop being you.
Poi!
Yeah. You tell him. The pongo sticks out his head. Tongue, sorry. Leanna speaks before the two of them can start again.
All right, then let's hit the road.
With one final nod, she leads the way out of the inn and back into town. The rest of the journey towards Alumia is peaceful yet uneventful. The pongo sneezes on my head for most of the way there. Leanna frequently sneaks a peek at him and smiles to herself. Zach keeps to himself and continues to be the lead for fewest lines spoken. Smoking? By midday, I can see the stone buildings of Alumia. We make it through the city gates without incident. Unlike the quaint houses... Alright, me and talking, it's just not gonna happen today. Alright. Unlike the quaint houses of Meadow Hill... God damn it. Try that all again. Unlike the quaint houses of Meadow Hill Village, Alumia is built taller and grander. There's more noise as people fill the streets. Zach stares down a side street.
This is me.
This is me. I crane my neck and peer into an alcove.
It's a shortcut to the inn.
Uh-huh. Leanna nods.
Safe travels. Hopefully our paths will cross again.
Yup. Bye. Have a good day, Zach.
Good luck at the Mage Academy.
Uh-huh. He heads into the alley. Do you think we'll see him again? I hope not. Well, actually, he's okay. But still, I hope not. She shrugs.
Mercenaries have a way of just popping up. Let's keep moving. The Mage Academy is straight ahead, closer to the center of town.
Yep. She points to a looming tower with a high steeple. As we get closer, I see that the tower is attached to a castle. Whoa, you studied here?
Yep.
Uh-huh. It definitely looks prestigious. She notices my wonder.
What's your academy like?
What's your academy like? We don't have those. Liberal arts college, party school, normal university, party school. Although I did go to a liberal arts college in real life. But it's not like I didn't party at that school. A paradise where the alcohol is flowing.
Isn't that distracting? What do you learn there?
How to drink. How a boy becomes a... Really? Leanna blinks, then her cheeks redden.
That's a class?
Yes. It's more of a self-study. I'm a very hands-on learner. That's gross. Would you... Oh, God. Oh, God. Even that's too like, dude, come on. You gotta have a bit of class. Well, not class, but just a bit of, like, don't be so over them. Don't, like... Okay, listen. You want to hit on her. You don't want to beat her over the head with a fucking frying pan.
I'll pass. Thanks.
Good job, Frankfurter. Oh, shit. No, you're penicillin. Leanna increases her pace, and I can rush to keep up. We begin making our way down the grand streets of Alumia. Once we arrive at the academy, Leanna pushes right through the route iron gates. I think that's route. I think that's route iron gates, and leads me across the expansive quad. Students pass by in flocks, shouting Students pass by in flocks, shouting animatedly. Each of them wears nearly identical long cloaks, differing only in color. Leanna glances excitedly at a girl wearing a white cloak. Do you know her?
No, but we're in the same house.
Same house, yeah, party house, right? What does that mean?
You can tell by her cloak. White means she's learning wind magic.
And white means that she's, that's not what I meant to say. What I meant to say is that we're in Harry Potter, and somehow I got stuck on the word white. How did that happen? I pay more attention to the specific colors. There's white, red, blue, and green. Ah, yes, the color of America, and the color that America loves most, green. And money. I bet I can guess which color represents what. White is wind. Leanna nods. Red is fire, blue is water, and green is earth. She grins.
You got it.
We walk past an enclosed field. A young man sporting a green cloak holds a book in one hand, and with his other hand aims his manipulator straight ahead of him. His mouth is pressed in concentration and beads of sweat line his forehead. After a few tense minutes, apparently he makes the school explode. The earth rumbles beneath him, and dirt spikes shoots out of the ground. That was awesome.
Come on.
Leanna pulls on my arm, reverting my attention back to the task at hand. We enter the east wing of the castle and enter into an open foyer. There are only a scattering of students wandering these halls, and most are accompanied by an adult wearing long black robes. I assume they must be professors. Leanna scans each professor we pass. Leanna scans each professor we pass, as if looking for someone specific. She leads me up a winding staircase, then grins when she spots an older man with graying hair. His robes are pleated with white stripes, and he carries a staff in one hand.
Professor Orin.
He turns at the sound of his name and matches Leanna's grin.
Leanna, one of my best and brightest. What a pleasant surprise.
I'm old as fuck. Can't you hear it in my voice? She smiles bashfully at the compliment. Oh, look, she put her hands behind her back.
It's great to see you again.
What brings you to the academy?
Actually, I'm here on official business.
Official business, you say?
I'm sure you've heard of the random concentrations of magical energy by now.
You? He nods.
Well, I found someone who was directly impacted.
She gestures to me. I shift awkwardly as his gaze falls on me. Although he looks intently at me, I can sense his curiosity.
What exactly do you mean by impacted?
I was investigating a report of unusual magic energy in Meadowhill, and it turns out the concentrated energy originated from him.
Ah, that's right, I forgot about that. Professor Orin raises a skeptical eyebrow.
That level of energy would tear a human apart from the inside. Are you sure you weren't mistaken?
No, she wasn't mistaken, because I'm from a different planet.
My manipulator read the energy level.
It did.
Maybe we can use the Academy's equipment to scan him again.
Yes, let's do that.
And now my power level is gonna be at like 100 or something. And like DBZ World, a power level of 100 ain't shit. He motions for us to follow him, then turns down the hallway. We arrive at a spacious room. Look at the seal of orichalcos on the floor. There's a large device on one end of the room, which is separated by a wall of glass. The device has 2 panels on the side, which stretch up about 8 feet off of the ground. On the other side of the room are a handful of students and professors. Don't know why I'm singing now, but this music's got me in the mood, cause they consistently focus their manipulators in what I assume to be magical tests, and every so often jot down notes. A couple of pongos openly roam around about the room, mostly ignored by the people. If one wanders a little too close to a crystal, a student chases it away. Otherwise, they leave each other be. I thought you said pongos weren't really welcomed in society. Liana looks fondly around the room, a reminiscent smile on her face.
They aren't, but mages tend to like them. Pongos absorb residue energy on the mage from casting, which is surprisingly nice. Kind of feels like a gentle massage.
Really? Because it just kind of feels like they're biting me. Professor Oren gives a soft nudge.
Go ahead.
She nods and turns to me.
We're gonna take another scan of you now.
What kind of scan? Oh no, you already told me what kind of scan. I can't make that sexual whatsoever if I wanted to. You're talking about that huge thing behind the glass, right? Oh no, we can make this sexual, and I don't like the sexual that it's gonna go to, so let's not make it sexual.
Yeah, it looks intimidating, but it functions the same way as my manipulator.
I don't think so. Not the way that I'm looking at it. All right. You're just going on board with this penicillin, huh? Okay. I mean, you do you, boo-boo. One of the students leads me to the device and has me stand between the 2 panels. There's a crystal mounted on the top of each panel. As he closes the glass door behind him, the quiet mumbling of voices is muted into silence. A beam of soft light emits between the crystal and slowly Alcohol is killing me right now. A beam of soft light emits between the crystals and slowly descends towards my head, passing through my torso and disappearing at my feet. Once the light is gone, the same student lets me back into the room. Professor Oren looks grave while Liana's mouth is pressed into a firm frown.
This can't be right. Maybe we should scan him again.
I told you.
Liana, the levels that you reported would have killed this young man.
I swear that yes, those were the original readings that she got.
Even so, how is it possible that this scan shows he has 0 magical energy?
Right? I mean, dude, I fucking took a dark... Oh, right, the dark energy blast. The shadow blast might have taken it away from me. She holds out her manipulator. Just as when we first met, a pale light glows. Unlike our initial meeting, as she holds her manipulator closer to me, the light remains unchanged. Liana's face falls. Professor Oren puts a comforting hand on her shoulder.
Had he just cast it? Perhaps it was magical residue which you had read. As you know, that tends to slowly leave the body after each magic use.
She shakes her head.
It was too high a reading to just be residue.
Defend Liana. The last time Liana used her scanner thing on me, that little glowy light was pulsing like crazy. Like it almost flatlined, it was beeping so much. Professor Oren seems intrigued.
Then perhaps it was a faulty reading from your manipulator.
No.
Perhaps.
No. I can hear the skepticism in her voice. It seemed to be working fine before. Liana shakes her head as if asking me not to continue.
I should get back to my students, but I hope I get to see you again.
And I hope to see you in the retirement home that you're gonna go back to when you're done. Professor Oren gives Liana's shoulder one last comforting squeeze before he leaves, you pervert. While our discussions have been taking place, I noticed the pongos would watch me with interest. The green one starts to gravitate towards us. Maybe it's interested in Liana's magic, but then why does it look like it's heading towards me?
Poi?
Yeah, hi, Poi, can I help you? I look down and see my wobbly blue friend at my feet. Oh, hey, you're back. He bounces on the ground and fixes me with his wide smile. Suddenly, he stops and stares at the green Pongo, who blinks back at him. He hops towards it and grins.
Poi. Poi poi. Poi.
Oh, green Pongo. You just get green Pongo in capital letters. My Pongo's eyes widen.
Poi. Poi poi.
I don't know what any of this shit means. They're just gonna poi each other. That's gross. The green Pongo grins and hops away, and my Pongo follows it. I have no idea what just happened. Oh, what if the Pongo ate all my energy? I have no idea what just happened, but why do I feel all warm and fuzzy inside? As the Pongos run off, a professor in a wheelchair rolled towards us. Although he's lost all of his hair, he doesn't seem as old as some of the others.
Leanna.
Okay, you apparently get a nice face that just pops up on the side of the screen. She doesn't even bother containing her surprise.
Professor Xavier.
Uh-huh, Professor Xavier with an E, I see. In a wheelchair, you say? Oh, it's gonna make that reference for me. Wait, your name is Professor Xavier? He blinks.
Yes. Have we met before?
Professor Xavier teaches the effects magic has on the human body, including any genetic mutations from frequent use of magic channels.
Genetic mutations, you say? My eyes grow wide as I gape at him. That's gross. Professor X teaches about mutants? The two of them share concerned glances.
Professor, is there something I can help you with?
Leanna, how high was your original energy reading?
Don't you ignore me. I want to know where the X-Men are at.
In the thousands.
He creases his brow and ponders quietly.
Tell me, are you familiar with the theory of temporal rifts?
Leanne and I both shake our heads. I don't even know what that means.
In the most basic sense, a temporal rift occurs when the fabric of the universe is torn. In the midst of this tear, there is a moment where the parallel worlds overlap.
Ah, so I really am Fartfurter Wiener Bush. I am not one penicillin Derude Sandstorm Rig and Mortis. That's right. That's the name I went with. Leanna and I glance sharply at each other. Would it be possible to cross between both these worlds?
It may be in theory, but it'd be very difficult. After all, that type of travel between worlds would require an immense amount of energy, an amount that no human would be able to manipulate and survive.
Which then makes me ask this question: how the fuck did I get here?
That's why most elders have dismissed this as nonsense. But listening to all that's been said today, it coincides quite closely with this theory.
But hey, that's just a theory. Oh, Professor Xavier theory. Anyway. For the first time since we've arrived at the school, I begin to feel a glimmer of hope. What more can you share about this theory?
Well, not much, I'm afraid. As I said, most consider it to be either nonsense or too inconsequential to waste their time on.
Uh-huh.
Although there is one man who spent his life developing and researching this theory. He used to be an instructor of this academy.
What is this man's name?
Is he still in Alumia?
Unfortunately, he left many years ago in search of Ember Mist.
Ember Mist. Is Ember Mist related to one Ember Moon? Yeah, I can make references to games. How do you like that? Leanna purses her lips.
The hidden city.
He nods. If it's hidden, I'm guessing it will be hard to find. Before he can respond, a student with two long pigtails strides over.
Please allow me to accompany you on your quest.
And we're gonna find out about this little cutie on the next episode of Crystalline. I almost forgot the name of this game. Blame the alcohol, I'm sorry. But Amelia Estelle will be the next person that we find out about. If you're brand new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe down below. Fuck. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe down below. Don't be a hoe. Leave a like on the video if you're not a hoe. Hey, listen, if you're not a hoe, like this video and leave a comment down below saying you're not a hoe. You ain't a hoe, so go ahead and say that. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night.